This is pretty much the standard setup when I'm playing at a club or a festival right now. You've got the Allen & Heath 62 or 92 in the middle for the mixer, and then two Allen & Heath 1D controllers, which are doing all my MIDI controlling of my computers. And of course, the two computers, one running some extra effects, and my main computer running Traktor with 4 decks and all the features we're going to talk about today. So how exactly is all this set up? The right side of the 1D is basically split into 4 channels, deck A, B, C, D. I've got a way to turn on loops here, on and off. I've got effects level and effects parameters. A second row of parameters, which changes depending on what effect I'm using. And this row here is connected to this loop on and off below, and here at the top, the length of the loops. So what was important for me is to have as much control over each deck as possible. On the left side, we've got another 1D controller, which some of the top parameters are controlling my effects computer, and then the bottom parameters here, these are super important. This is deck A, B, C, D. So if I want to scan through tracks, if I want to load tracks, this is a very quick way to do it. And I also have a lot of these parameters are also on the computer. So there's usually 2 ways to do everything, which is not only good for me, but it's really boring sometimes just using one way of doing things. And also I think about the people out there. If they're looking at me and I'm always just doing this, maybe that's also boring. So I'm trying to do it so I'm using this 1D, that 1D. Sometimes I'm on the computer, sometimes I'm on another computer. And it's more of a, part of the entertainment of a DJ is the physicality of it. And everybody thinks this is interesting. But to me, this is also interesting in a different way. Actually, one of the best features for me right now, which is probably one of the features that scares a lot of people, and there's a little bit of controversy about, is that I'm letting Traktor now sync my tracks. I take some time before the gig to make sure the beat maps are done, but once I'm playing, I'm really allowing the computer to make sure those things stay in time. And some people say that's not DJing, but for me it's opened up a whole new world of possibilities, because now I can focus my attention on the looping, the changing the size, taking things out of time and bringing them back when I want, and also using the effects from whatever kind of effects I want. So in Traktor right now I have a beat masher in here, and I have my 1D controlling each of the turntables, allowing me to bring in that effect whenever I want. And I can change it on the fly. And of course, you can do that to multiple decks at a time. And it's always nice to, in my opinion, do things that go off time and get a bit fucked up. So that's really easy. These are, again, always controlling certain parameters for each effect, whether I'm on a beat matcher or if I'm in one of the internal reverbs or flangers, and it's really quick access. And again, it's that's the thing. You can't look at allowing the computer to do one thing is only boring if you don't use the time that the computer saves you to do something else. And that's why I'm using this.